So it's gone again very hot. It's too hot for me. I see I have to stop it. It's so hot. Like now after the video I see first time some sigil in the style I create in 2019 2020. It's not the first, so I can say what is the basics on it on that creation on the 12 dragons Cypher. What is the basics is the system of the style of. So I have the first I created was in 2008. That was the first ciphers I created. That was in 2008 or something. 2008, 2010, 2008. Nou, jetzt nicht. Jetzt nicht. Grad. Okay, wo haben wir da? I have forget what was the sense of the ciphers. So this was the first I use. So there you can see, so practice is different, right? So my basic practice ciphers is the art of, or the my own interpretation of. So I not go into the internet and look magical ciphers. I just turning to create my own cipher alphabet. So, yes, now we found there's some alphabets. The first was I like this one. This is cool. It looks cool, but it's for me too difficult to write. So I have in the fourth I have some same symbols art, but I didn't use it almost. Wait, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Why I cannot find it? Ancient magic symbols, magic alphabet. This is cool too, but too difficult to write. Maybe this one? Nope. This is not too. It is. Man, why it's so difficult to find a letter with all the ciphers? No, this is Hindi or something. Occult alphabet. I have to go to Google? Do I have Google it? This is the Celtic. Hey, I didn't here this one. Right. It was this one. I used this style of ciphers. Wait, so this one. This was my basic. This was my basic style. Where I began. This on this style. This was my first basic. So yes, it was in this style, but not with so more lines or something like this, but with points. And so it's basic on this. I don't know what is the name of it. It give a name, but there is here really a lot of picture, but no informations about the symbol alphabet, symbol Henochian alphabet. Yeah, it's in this style before. So this style before, and then comes the new one, the dragon cipher, dragon alphabet. Here incognito alphabet. Yeah. Incognito. I'm not using. It is too mechanic. It's mechanics, right? It's for engineers, right? It looks like it's for engineers. Unknown alphabet. It is a Pokemon alphabet here. Here it's reading Pokemon alphabet. So I have not studied it. So what I first like to say. So as first, I use practice in magic from nearby self status, self-learning, self-mastering, and so on. With practice of long time terms. So I use my mind from this point, and this point is causing to this point, and this is the part where I learn and practice using. And here I do in this way, here I do in this way, and here I do in this way. So I have not really a fixed plan what I done, but I have a almost fixed trust to that I something done. So there is not a book where I have exactly doing this with this and this and this and this, right? So this is not my art of practice. I'm more in action and reaction, or reaction and then action, or whatever, you know. So it's not some basics. The basics are more in self-mastering, meditation, domino effects. The basics are domino effects, meditation, calculation, thinking, study. These are the basics. All the basics is what a human normally anyway do. So one of the basics is to create something new, right? One of the basics is to create something new. So there is then on some point is coming the situation where you then as example found a stone in England. Some people found the stones in England, and they take them up, and you can see how a point is setting right? How a point is setting and then goes a line, right? And in one moment there become big circles behind, you know? So they set a point, this stone tells a history about the setting a point in one option look-wise. They're setting a point and go the way of this point. And in one moment comes a circle and say, we know that a long time. Right. So how the system overcomes and some informations overcome. So this is two of the basics. And so on. So there is no fixed practice art, and this is exactly what it's made possible, some amazing stuff. And this is why it's not easy to use and can be dangerous, right? Because I set on high energy levels and not on fine practice stability. This is something different, right? High energy level and fine practice stability is not the same, right? This system is basics on a situation that your system is not unstable. It's more to restabilizate for restabilization, right? For your own right. It's more like a combat magic art as like a wonder art. But what I found inside is that the wonder was great inside, right? How I say this, I not talk about this picture, I talk so my first, this is practice, right? This is practice from 2003, right? That was in a art school of art where I creating this art of pictures, right? So this was my practice in 2003. Then it come 2008, that was this with these symbols, right? And that style of art, and now finishing this art, right? Oh, finish as it's this is finished. So this was my first angel, where I get first contact with contacting with an angel, right? Was this one. As I finish this, I get in contact with an angel. So this was my first angel contact. And what is very important is that this one is a part of it, right? So this is why it's the ciphers call it dragon ciphers, because here we have this serpent, or how say that? Eidechse, gecko, not gecko. Lizard, genau, lizard. Here we have the lizard, and here we have the falcon, or what it is. So now you put them in one, and then you have a dragon. So that's it. So this is created about these ciphers here. So with 5 symbols, you take 5 symbols with 5 fingers. So here something like this. So zack, 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 zack. then you become this. Right. So this is important because this gives the energy of the dragons to the synchronization. So if this knot is inside, I maybe not talk with an angel then later, right? So here so it's there is not it's more the system, it's more like to become an option to use practice if you are in a situation where you don't know what you can do. So what I can do, I don't know what I can do. In this position, it can give an option. So it's first it's based on creating what you like, right? So if you're creating Satan, he maybe killed you. It's simply because to come very fast, in the fastest way, to a result. This is what it's make, or what the system will do, right? So I paint these pictures and I'm finishing it after 4 weeks or 5 weeks, and I have my first contact with an angel, right? So it is for fast, come into a connection, come to a result you like. So if you say I like to speak with God, right? First, it have to be important that you do, right? When it's really true that it's important, you can later then speak with God about the system, or contacting an angel when it is important. So he will found you or something like this. So this is what the meaning is. But when you come and say Hail Satan and make a sigil about Hail Satan, you will fail about this moment, right? Nothing for ungood, I would say, but you will fail. So this is not a sense what is make the part of it. This is not the reason for why I have it create. It is, as example, when your mother become cancer and you think this is not be possible, right? This cannot happen. I have to help her, or I have to healing her, right? So you can work with this maybe to help to healing the cancer. How is this gone is very difficult to say, because if the will it's not enough, you may not use the symbols right. This is the reason why the symbols are so optical easy to read. And so on and so on. So this is how I work. And how I practice the magic. There is not a loge, some occult loges or so. They say you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to master this, you have to master this, you have to master this. There is no school system inside. There is synchronicity inside. A synchronicity you almost not found in other system in your face. This is why it's called 12th dragon, because these names of the 12 dragons have a synchronicity inside with a dragon. But it's not a dragon, it's a lizard and a falcon. This gives the synchronicity. The picture is inside on 5. On 5. Give the synchronicity its need that it's able to worship, that's able to practice with on synchronicity. So if another system uses no synchronicity inside, there is not the same effects. So this is made a reason why it have to be use in first case in any way use friendly, you know, or you have you're feeling your life is in dangerous, you can use it too, right? But you have it ever done with some intelligence. So if you do it some intelligence, it's not say that you not speak later with ghosts, because maybe you speak later with ghosts and you don't stop with it, because you do not banishing them, or because anyway danger exists and it's nothing so fast change. If something so fast change, you may better not practice it, and so on and so on. So there is, for me, it's absolutely not important. Some other people's come and say, I practice science 20 years and I know what you are doing is totally fail. It is me absolutely not interesting. It's for me have absolutely nonsense. It's just one more stupid idiot. If you come and say, hey, the symbol I use there and there, and I have see this and this, what do you think with this and this? Then I say, aha, I can study it, right? But when a guy comes and say, I practice science 20 years, blah 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 blah, and I know you are totally failed, blah blah blah, because blah blah blah, then you can say, hey, dude, sorry, but it's not interesting to me. What you say, what you think, or what you like to do in future. So it's for me absolutely not in some. It's I'm too old to listening to other people's if they are crazy. So yes.